place where you work with people of different generations, their different mindsets, they come from different places, and this is where a new person who joins in will have to adapt to so many things.
Some people also appreciate it when you say no to certain things. They were like, yeah, you were the first one who started saying no to our smoking break, so we started thinking that maybe we are smoking too much, or
doesn't like doing things that they are doing. They conveniently just keep you out of all the inner fun things that they talk about.
And when the boss goes out, a few of the other employees also just go out with him. Not that they want to smoke, but just so that they can get to have that casual chat with the boss at that time. Welcome to another episode of Squaretable Conversations, where we talk about topics that matter and give you our take on it. And today we're going to talk about how culture fit kills authenticity.
Okay. So I think now all of every time a new generation joins the workforce, there's already, like, usually in school or college, it's usually our generation people that we interact with. Workplace is sort of the only place where you work with people of different generations, their different mindsets, they come from different places, and this is where a new person who joins in will have to adapt to so many things, and there's this pressure of fitting in. So that is, during that course, they will forget about their authenticity. They'll try to do whatever is popular and whatever they might not think about whether it's right or wrong, and just start doing whatever is necessary to fit into that culture. And so many times it might not even be that healthy. I don't think when a person newly joins corporate or something, they'll think about what is right or wrong. They'll mostly be like, I want to climb up the corporate ladder. They're very motivated in those terms, but they'll have to think whether what they're doing is right or wrong, because I think simple examples like most of these corporate culture, I think they'll have this partying. The office outings will be at like a pub or like a party place, that even if they're not okay with that, they would anyway go there and just party because everyone is doing that. So those sort of things, people just change themselves for just to fit in. So that is what I feel. What do you guys think?
I think what you said is true. I think even at the first, when someone new is just joining an organization, their first thought is they need to gel with the crowd. They need to become one within the already formed group. So they just adopt to the practices and culture that's already there. So even something like smoking breaks, I don't know if it's that popular these days, but at least a while back, smoking breaks were like a thing. And when the boss goes out, a few of the other employees also just go out with him. Not that they want to smoke, but just so that they can get to have that casual chat with the boss at that time. And I have heard the story where someone who didn't have the habit of smoking, he didn't go for that. He didn't go out with the boss at this time. And some of his other colleagues used to go out with the boss. And later he noticed, after a few months, he noticed that the other colleagues, they were getting promotions and they were getting things that, maybe that small break when they went out with the boss, they were able to connect with the boss better, or they got some insights or whatever it is. So in this way, it's indirectly forcing this person to go out and connect over like a smoking break. And he's and in this process he's going to adopt it. I mean, he's going to become like a smoker as well, which is obviously not a good habit, but he's forced to do it because he doesn't want to be left out. Everyone else is doing it, everyone else is connecting with the boss, everyone is like one group except him. And for this he takes up this bad habit of smoking, which is obviously going to have after effects after, like, you know, after few years. So yeah, like just to fit in, people end up doing things like this. So yeah.
There's also this scene in Friends, the series, where Rachel is not a smoker, but
yeah, correct.
she gets opportunities. Like they talk about work-related stuff when they go for a smoking
Yeah.
break. So there she'll feel like she's missing out on a few
Correct.
things. So that is there, but we can't really say that this whole
I think it's a fact that social drinking and doing things that your colleagues do along. I mean, in your corporate setup, I mean, whatever your colleagues do or your bosses do, you're supposed to do it or you're forced to do it. I mean, nobody forces you to do it, definitely, but it's become a thing that if you do not do it, you're somehow. I mean, people talk about FOMO, right? It becomes a thing that you're away from the inner circle. You're getting away from all. You're missing out on a lot of opportunities or things like that happen. It's a thing, but if you do talk about it and you see that such a culture is there as part of your organization, and make it a point to tell it out loud or say it out loud, I think this can be avoided, and cases related to this can subside. I mean, if you are somebody who just gives into it, then you fall prey to all of this. But there are, I think, if people start speaking about it, that they know that you're not a social drinker, they know that you do not like to party, you have a family that you want to get back to, you don't want to do office parties later in the overnight or late at night. I mean, it's a thing that people do in corporates where they say it's a team outing. But then it's just not restricted to it being let's say you getting to know about your team. It dives in deeper where you'll be forced to say a lot of your personal things, and if they see you as somebody who's not an oversharer, or they see you as somebody who doesn't like doing things that they are doing, they conveniently just keep you out of all the inner fun things that they talk about. That somehow starts over time developing as a let's say sects in your own organizations, and that is not right. That is something that I think corporates should include as a policy in itself, where you can't force your people to do it. I mean, it's a thing with HR that they randomly have I don't know, they do things on Fridays, I've heard, where fun Fridays, they ask you to play games, do the things that you don't want to do. But I think employees should have the choice of not being part of it as well. I mean, you can always support it, but you also need to have that choice of not being part of it, and yet not being affecting your other growth opportunities or anything in the corporate. That's something that I feel corporates need to look into as well, because it's a known fact. I mean, it's like an open secret that everybody knows about, but nobody speaks about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is very real. So this happens almost in all offices. Some places it also doesn't happen. So it's like it's there and also it's not there in some places.
That, every time they'd be like, let's go for an outing, this, that, like a lot of unnecessary outings sometimes, which actually leads to overspending.
Yeah, true.
Everyone has a way of budgeting their expenses, and so many times everyone would be going out and eating. You might be someone who carries your own food from home, And I have seen people who are like, okay, just so that they can go out with them, they will not have the food that they have got from home, and they'll just end up spending extra or eating something from outside, even though they have their and they've carried food from their house. So that is another thing. The thing is, when they're in school or college, we could call that as peer pressure. But in corporate, you can't really say it's peer pressure because they're not exactly your peers.
Yeah.
So at that time, the way there, because there's this seniority and the hierarchy comes into place. You feel like you cannot. You can tell a friend that no, I just don't want to go. I've got food from home, but people won't tell it to a senior because they'll be like, what will he think and everything. But Gen Zs are a little better in that way. So they're more
They
straightforward.
have their boundaries.
Yeah.
I am not able to say many things because I can't really relate to this because I've just said no to things always whenever I joined any company.
But do you ever feel left out?
It's like when I joined in the beginning, everyone used to go to smoke. Like literally everyone in my office, almost everyone smokes. So they always used to go to smoke, and then they used to just go and have snacks and come back. So they used to say, okay, maybe you're vegan, so you can't eat anything. That was their assumption. That you can't eat anything outside. And then I just went out with them once in a while, not always. And then slowly they started realizing, okay, she can eat these things also. She can't eat these things. That's when they got to know. And then they started inviting me to other outings. And then they were like, actually some people also appreciate it. When you say no to certain things, they were like, yeah, you were the first one who started saying no to our smoking break. So we started thinking that maybe we are smoking too much, or maybe we should stop smoking. So that kind of culture also exists. So it's not too relatable for me. So I'm not able to come up with more points. But
Right. No, that's a fair point, honestly.
huh.
If what I mean, you're saying is also true, but there are the only thing that we are concerned about here is there are individuals who are personally very strong in these things, and they take a stance here, and they say no directly. I mean, all we are trying to say is there shouldn't be any repercussions of saying no to something that you do not like, or you do not, it's not part of what you do or the way you live. So that shouldn't harm your growth. So if this is out there in the open, it's easier for people to adapt as well as not fall prey to all of these things, just to conform to others' likes and dislikes. You need to have your own way, and like it's to each his own. You have to do what you want to do, and let others do what they want to do. You cannot force them to do things. That's about it. I understand you saying you can't relate to this because you've been that person who says no outright, and you take your stance pretty firm.
Yeah.
It's very firm, so that way it's good. I hope a lot of people can learn that as well from this.
But there's another thing also, when it comes to gifting. So again, this is again a compulsion. I say no to going out for smoking or whatever, overspending and all those things. But overspending kind of happens in one aspect where we have to give gifts to everyone in the team. Whenever there's a birthday, there's something, we must give a gift to that person. And if that person, if for example it's my birthday and everyone gives me a gift, one or two gifts, and it's always expensive, it's like 500 per person they have to contribute and give. And then if I say no, if someone else's birthday is there and I'll say no, I don't want to give, I don't want to spend, maybe I'll spend within 200, I don't want to spend 500 for that person. During Secret Santa, it becomes overwhelming for everyone, because it's like you can't give a gift which is like around 100 rupees or 20 rupees or 50 rupees. You can't give a gift that is, it becomes cheap. You must give a 500 or 800,000 rupees gift only. It's like there's a budget that is marked in offices. Sometimes even the concerned department also does that.
Can you claim that from petty cash?
No,
Then why the hell
we
should
cannot
spend?
claim it. And it's, this thing is there, this culture is there pretty much everywhere. And also when it comes to food, whenever we want to go out, not when we want to go out, when things are got into the office, when the office does a function, or there's an event where the office gets food for all the employees. It's like, why just eat it today, no, just eat this today, even if you don't want to eat, it's fine, all of
Okay.
us are eating it, it's fine. It's like that, forcing someone to drink or eat something that is there
Just for today.
it's fine. Yeah, it's very very difficult. And one person was doing a he wanted to go to Shabarimala, so he was on a very strict
Diet.
practices. He had to sleep on the floor, he had to wake up very early in the morning, make his own food, he should not eat anything that is cooked by anyone else. And on the same day we had a potluck. So people were literally telling him, it's okay, this doesn't have onion, this thing doesn't have garlic, you can have this. If this person, there was one other vegetarian person, so if this person can have this, you can also have this. So it's like people being insensitive to whatever others are doing, unknowingly sometimes.
Yeah.